Life without is a cyclone. Life with Tao is a way how to live life, your life, as guided by your inner light. Sometimes one wonders, how does how Buddha used to live his life on a moment to moment basis. Just like you, a master is also a part of life. Just as you live, he also has a living. I can take an example from around you to explain the role of a master. Master is like a managing director of a very large organization that is in spread far and wide. You can say many countries, right? He has a base office from where he operates. He has his office staff who receive instructions, who through whom he carries on the work. Then this office staff, as in case of a prime minister, it is known as PM or Prime Minister's office. There are certain sections, one that deals with local situations, local issues, the other, let us put it as Latin America or North America or any other. So, Master is a managing director. He has one office which is based in his home country, the life where he is. But he is also taking care of the organization in other countries, like the disciples who are no more alive, masters who are no more alive physically, and seekers who are available now, seekers who will come after some time. The big organization, he runs it. He handles everything. So this is his office where he is at rest. He does the work of looking at the files. And if it is the business organization has many branches, depending on the nature of the organization, he has to deal with the office staff, he has to deal with other staff, those who are responsible for warehouse, staff who are responsible for marketing, staff who are responsible for advertisement and promotion, the accounting staff, the banking staff. He is the connection between all these. He is at the center of the organization. So, when an issue relating to the staff on the floor or lack of coordination between the warehousing staff and marketing staff and advertising staff is there, it is like a cyclone because there are different individuals that you have to deal with, and he is the connection between the different departments of the organization. If there is a lack of communication between these three, the marketing, the sales, marketing is a wide word, it includes sales, advertisement, and warehousing. If the warehousing is not done in a proper order and the warehousing staff does not take care of their responsibilities, the role of the advertisement department, whenever a new product comes in, the advertisement department provides the framework for advertising and promotion. The warehousing staff arranges in the warehouse in a particular according to the sections. Let's the organization is dealing with food stuff. So there are basics, there are spices, there are frozen items, there are vegetarian products, there are non-vegetarian products. So all those have to be properly placed in order. If there is a chaos, then whatever orders the sales department brings will not be fulfilled in the required time. So if there is lack of coordination, it is the as a managing director, you have to come out of your office or innerness into the outer world and establish a coordination between the sales department, warehousing department, and the advertising department, the transport department. Because if the transport vehicles are not in order, or there is a lack of warehousing staff, there is a shortage, or sales staff. So he establishes a connection. But sometimes he is dealing with the people who are at loggerheads with one another. So he has to use technique of coaxing both, convincing both, the role of the business. He has to mention that business is like a body, is a living organism. It has, just like you have head, eyes, ears, nose, hands, feet. If any of this part of your body is less functional, it will affect your overall functioning. So you have to consider that this business organization is like a living being. You are the hand, you are the feet, someone else is the eyes, next one is the ears. What is more important? His eyes are more important, or the ears, or the hands or feet? Each have their role, and they cannot perform if the legs are more efficient but not the hands. then your efficiency will be affected. Your efficiency depends on the coordination between all the parts of your body. So too, this is an, and when all the parts of the body are in harmony or operating at their optimum, then you will be healthy, you will be happy, you will have enough resources. And if the feet are not working well, then you cannot go out to the grocery to buy the food. If your hands are not working, you will not be able to prepare the food. So, what is more important? In order to go to the market, bring the necessary grocery, the feet are important. To do the cooking and prepare the dishes is the role of the hands. And the eyes, if there is not a proper coordination between the eyes and the hand, you can damage your fingers. And if everything is good, but your teeth have a problem, you cannot chew the food, or your stomach is upset, you cannot enjoy the role that was performed by the feet, hands, and everything. So, in order to have a meal on the table, the legs are important. Their role is to go to the grocery, buy the necessary ingredients, stand up in the kitchen, because if you are not able to stand, then you may sit down, but you cannot do the cooking. So you can prepare the do the preparatory work you can do while sitting down. But for cooking, you have to remain standing. Then the role of the hands comes in. And a proper coordination between the eyes, hands, and feet is important. When the food is ready and it is brought to the dining table, then role of feet is not as important, but the firmness, the strength of the feet is important so that you can sit on the table. Then the role of hand comes in. It takes the morsel from the table, from the platter, and carries it to your mouth. And so if there is a problem with the teeth or there is a pain, the chewing part will not happen. And chewing is the way. So feet brings the food to the dining table, hands divided it to morsel, carry it to the mouth, teeth help in digestion, in chewing the food. It goes through the esophagus in the stomach area, and there the juices from the stomach are released to help in the digestion process. When the food is digested, you get the energy. So when the food is digested, that means when everyone, when the warehouse staff, the distribution staff, the sales staff, the transport staff are working in harmony with one another, then you get the money at the end of the day that you can utilize for your needs. Now, when the feet has carried holding the hand, the food dishes in the hand, feet supported and help to carry the dishes to the table. They are decorated. You sit down on the table, dining table, hands, the function of the hand starts, then the function of the teeth starts, the digestive system, and when all these are working in harmony with one another, then what happens? You get the energy which is necessary to propel you for a certain period of time. So, whatever money, because of this coordination, you receive from your organization helps you to sustain your life for a certain period of time. This is how it goes on. So, such is the role of the master. Master is a managing director in a large organization whose branches are spread far and wide in different countries and regions. He is dealing with the people with different language, lifestyle, and everything. So when he goes to a Spanish country, he has a Spanish interpreter. In a German country, in a German speaking country, he needs a German interpreter to communicate between the staff. But his innerness, his love for staff in different regions without any prejudice, understanding their needs, making them aware of their roles is very significant. So the people in Germany, in France, in Spain, in England, using with different cultural background, habits, language, he establishes a connection. So in your body, it is your heart, love, the source of love, that establishes connection between different organs or parts, the centers, different centers. In your body, there is a sex center, there is the energy center, there is the heart center, center of communication, center of vision. So he is at the head of the table. Now he brings all these centers together, departments together. So in the same way, just as in your business organization, you have different departments. I just spoke about sales and marketing, but this is not separate from the administrative, finance, and other sections. So in your body, the different departments, sex, energy conservation, its distribution, its circulation, proper flow, that there is no obstruction, the channel of goods, like this is what you look at the big conglomerates where food is prepared for different airlines. It has to be provided to the airline in a specific period of time. So it is, this organization is working 24 hours. In one part, the goods are received, the other administrative part, where it knows that the food is to be prepared for Lufthansa airline, flight number so and so, traveling between Frankfurt and New York. The number of passengers are there. They have ordered the meals according to their choice. There are certain vegan meals. There are vegetarian, non-vegetarian, and specialized meals. So this organization which is concerned with preparation of the meals for the airline has the list. A particular department has a list. So different, if the flight is longer, there has to be one or two breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Menu for each differs, but the work has to be done in such a manner. The flight coming from, let's say, the flight between Frankfurt and New York, the flight is coming, may originate from Frankfurt, so the meals have to be loaded in the plane at Frankfurt airport, and then if it is a non-stop flight, then the breakfast, maybe one thing is served cold, the other is hot. So it is an entire arrangement of organizations, understanding among the different components when the meals are brought in the trolley to the plane. There are certain dishes that are served cold, certain dishes that are served hot. Then there is a cold beverage, hot beverage. There are appetizers, there are desserts. All these are placed in different sections. There is a menu plan for a non-vegetarian. There may be a rice dish. There may be, depending on the menu. So there may be a meat dish. So meat is placed in the oven for getting ready. Dessert cannot served hot, so it has to be in the cool place. So the waitress or the air hostess knows how to arrange the platter in harmony with the principles, guiding principles set by the management of Lufthansa airline. They have their own branded cutlery, arrangements, and everything. So everyone has to perform their roles same way as an individual, as a master. His role is all around. So when I said life without is a cyclone, when as a managing director you come out of your office, you go to the warehouse, which may be a cold storage, it may be a freezer. You may have to go to the freezer section. You may have to go to the chiller section. You have to go to the packaging section. You have to see how does the packaging section is operated, how it is properly organized, that a particular order is prepared, just as in a restaurant when the waiter brings the order from a particular table, it is distributed for preparation to different departments. The oven department, the freezer department, the cold section, and everything. And then the one which is known as the other part of the kitchen staff, they arrange the dish. That is how, when one item is prepared by this section, this item is prepared by another section, all these are brought to the distribution section and a platter is presented in a presentable manner according to the theme of that organization, restaurant or business or airline. The food is carried to the dining table. This is how. So, is there any chaos? So, master has to work with you. He becomes a connection between your various energy centers. Make sure that the energy is flowing freely, there is no obstruction, enough energy is flowing in the right proportion. So outside there remains a constant conflict, as when, as a managing director, you are inspecting your freezer section, you have to use a jacket because you are going into the freezer section where the temperature is of a different nature. You have to come to the chiller section. You have to come to the other section where, although there are air conditioners for comfort, but the temperature is different. Then the vehicle section, the transport section, then on the road. So there remains a constant. When you are on the field trip outside your office, there is a constant conflict, turmoil, struggle, but it is only on the surface. Just as on the surface of the ocean there are waves, maddening noises there. When you go to the warehouse section, the noise of the noise of the freezers and the entire freezing system, the staff, the conveyor belts moving, all these things there. There is a constant struggle. But this is not all of the life. Deep down, there is there is also a center, your office, soundless, silent, no conflict, no struggle. In this center, there is a noiseless flow, relaxed, a river moving without any outside turmoil, struggle, with no fight, no violence. Towards the inner center is the search of the life. This is what has happened to everyone. We are identified with the surface and with the struggle that goes on there in the outer realm. So you have, as a master, as an individual, as an in charge or head of the business organization, you have to establish a coordination, a link between all the diverse sections. Enough for now.